5 hours into counting, it is now fairly certain that that magic mark of 272 may be a difficult one for the BJP to achieve. So what happened? What changed in this election? Amit, Goel and Sudeep there with us, both of them looking at numbers and trends. Three pieces of information which you must know. Picture number one. In UP, there is clear-cut consolidation of Dalit votes, specifically in the Purvanchal region. The core base of Mayawati appears to be shifting its support now more towards the India alliance. So this election, there was this fear whether Mayawati was getting too close to the BJP. So big factor number one, Dalit votes not there. The core Jata vote not there with Mayawati. And therefore, India alliance led by Akhilesh Yadav could very well end up being the bigger party in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Factor number two, in West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee clearly has managed to hold on to her own. All the business of Sandesh Khali, the kind of questions which were raised, the politics of polarization not working in BJP's favor, the gains which they had made over the last 10 years now coming down substantially. And factor number three, in Rajasthan and in Haryana, it seems the anger which has been displayed by Jats clearly has upset the BJP bandwagon there. Maybe in Rajasthan, to be clearer, Vasundhara Raje being ignored, a new chief minister being brought in, maybe the BJP has been forced to pay a price for that as well. So let's break it down and let's take it state by state. First, the state of West Bengal. Sudeep, what changed there? What's happened there?
Look at West Bengal. BJP was expecting to make big gains in West Bengal. Instead, Trinamool is the one which has made gains. 31, BJP at 10 right now, and Congress 1. So if you add Trinamool and Congress, that's 32 to 10. So it's a complete
sweep
by Mamata Banerjee. And I think what has worked for her is that her social welfare schemes have really kept women, especially. A statistic that was shown to me was that 10% more women than men have voted in this election in West Bengal. They're all beneficiaries of Mamata's social welfare schemes.
Amit, on one hand, it's a question of welfareism. On the other hand, the BJP's USP in West Bengal was polarization, right? The BJP said that Hindus are being discriminated against. A judge of the Calcutta High Court resigned, joined the BJP. Do you think this Hindu victimhood card is now also subject to the law of diminishing returns in certain parts of the country?
Yes, definitely. I think what Indians don't like is the negative propaganda. If you present Hindutva as construction of temples or reconstruction of temples, then it works with Hindutva. But if you make Hindus victims, which Hindus, I think most of them don't feel that they're victims. They're made to feel, I think that's not working. So, see, you will see the difference between Madhya Pradesh and West Bengal BJP conversing. In Madhya Pradesh, there is not so much polarization. Madhya Pradesh is all about development, getting the work done, which is why Madhya Pradesh is key.
The tribal politics in Madhya Pradesh has always been
so wherever BJP is going in extremes of negative Hindutva, I think is paying a price for that. Similarly, in Uttar Pradesh, as long as it was construction of Ram temple, it was fine. But when it goes beyond that, you are just hammering into the heads of Muslims. And
you spend a lot of your time, Sudeep, in between Kolkata and you speak to a lot of people in Bengal. Would it be a fair surmise today that this whole business led by Amit Malviya and Amit Shah, that Hindus in Bengal have been discriminated against by Mamata Banerjee? Sometimes I look at comments made by well-educated people like a Sanjeev Sanyal or a Swapan Das Gupta. I come from UP. I can understand that this is a class divide, but this constant hammering that Hindu khatre mein hai, is West Bengal showing this sign that boss Hindu khatre mein nahi hai?
So there are two things about West Bengal that I think are relevant here. One, it's a ridiculous thing to say, that Durga Puja was not allowed in West Bengal. You cannot go to Calcutta or any part of West Bengal and then say Durga Puja wasn't allowed. BJP makes some fundamental mistakes. Prime Minister Modi should have never spoken about machli and maas and mutton. These are, it looks trivial to us, but these are very dear things to...
Identity, question of identity, Bengali identity.
The other part is that I think somewhere because we are away from West Bengal, we are sitting in Delhi, Noida, wherever, we underestimate the power of Mamata Banerjee and her organizational spread in West Bengal. We think it's BJP which has organizational spread and micromanagement. I don't think Mamata Banerjee is even 1 inch behind a Modi or an Amit Shah, and she's repeatedly shown that it works for her.
And I must add to this, exit pollsters in the state of West Bengal have really been unfair to her. In the last assembly elections, multiple exit polls had shown that it was the BJP which was the leading party. We saw what had happened. Mamata Banerjee was ahead. Now again, we're seeing in 2024, Mamata Banerjee was displayed as the person who was said to be ceding more space. Hasn't happened. Let's look at the second critical factor, the state of Uttar Pradesh. And what a story it's turned out to be. There can be questions that can be raised against the BJP strategy, and I can break it down for you. The BJP was accused of not having done justice to its own Karyakartas by bringing in too many outsiders. Look at a Saket Mishra from Shravasti. He's right now, as we speak, 5 hours into counting. He's not leading. He's trailing. Could someone else have been given a ticket there? Particularly in the last 2 phases, phase 6 and phase 7, as election traveled to Purvanchal, it appeared as if it was the India alliance which was better off, at least as far as seat management, ticket distribution was concerned. We also heard, Amit, extensively that Dalits, were feeling very insecure with the kind of moves, with the kind of statements which were being made by the BJP repeatedly. Would it be fair to say that the bottom end of the pyramid, largely led by Jatav and the non-Jatav, the community which used to be with Mayawati, that community today is now showing signs of coming back to the India Alliance, to the Congress and Samajwadi Party?
Yes, absolutely. 2019, a lot of these communities have voted for BJP, leaving their, parent political parties. And those seem to be now disillusioned in the sense that they've really not got anything in return. There's no kind of improvement in their status of living or in employment, or in the dignity which they always looking for. That has not happened. So they have found no benefit in switching over to BJP. So I think they are returning back, and BJP is paying a price for that. So what BJP has to do in Uttar Pradesh now is to ensure that they deliver something on the ground also.
Okay.
Is just by keeping something very high, national Hindu pride very high, is not just enough.
It's not working out. What are the numbers, Sudeep, in 5 hours into counting into the state of Uttar Pradesh that we were looking at?
Actually, surprisingly now, SP is ahead of the BJP. 36 for SP.
Wow.
34 for BJP. 7 for
which is
Congress.
43 for the India Alliance.
43 for India and 36
for the India Alliance.
So it's a margin which is going on increasing through the day.
Well, in 2004, the Samajwadi Party came up with its best performance in the state of Uttar Pradesh, where it got 37 Lok Sabha seats, and it didn't have any suitors because the UPA managed to form a government on its own. Now, almost 20 years down the line, it is Akhilesh Yadav. It is Akhilesh Yadav-led Samajwadi Party which has thrown a massive challenge to the BJP. It will have far-reaching ramifications. Is Yogi Adityanath's chair as chief minister now safe and secure? Is it that this entire campaign, since it was completely focused around Narendra Modi, is it now showing that Narendra Modi's ability to pull in votes in the critical state of Uttar Pradesh, is that also subject to law of diminishing returns? Those are questions which the BJP leaders will have to answer. State number 3. The states of Rajasthan and Haryana. If I was to look at it as one bunched up territory, what are the 5 hours into counting, Sudeep? What are the losses for the BJP now? A state where all seats were with the BJP.
So BJP is now at 14, so it's lost 11.
11 seats in Rajasthan. Is it that that one fundamental factor, Vasundhara Raje, former chief minister, not being included in the campaigning, not being given the kind of prominence and relevance that she certainly deserves, has that ended up working against the BJP? Something for them. What about the Haryana? Even in Haryana, where all 10 Lok Sabha seats were with the BJP, 58% votes were there. 58% vote share the BJP had managed to get last time in Haryana. This time around, the BJP, 5-5. It's just completely split.
I'll add one thing, both in Haryana and Rajasthan. You see what happened in Gujarat with the BJP leaders talking about Rajputs. That thing has affected down the line Rajputs in Gujarat, in Rajasthan, in Haryana, and to some extent in Uttar Pradesh as well. Because that one clip went viral like this, and it really affected the Rajput vote in 4 states. and the Jat votes.
Well, which means that BJP is somewhere gone wrong in upsetting communities across various different states.
Certainly, the Jat community has been a big problem. Though the fact is that whether it was Mr. Sunil Jakhar in Punjab or Bhupendra Chaubey in the state of UP, the BJP wanted to appease the Jat community, but specifically in the heartland of Jats in Haryana, the BJP strategy now being subject to the law of diminishing returns. Lots to think about for Narendra Modi, for Amit Shah and JP Nadda. In our next broadcast, we'll look at that fundamental question. If Prime Minister Modi's own victory margin now is coming down in his own constituency of Varanasi, if the BJP's seat tally is coming down, how does Narendra Modi end up becoming the Prime Minister for a third term is a question we'll look at in the next broadcast.